This video, we're going to go through how to add products to your funnel pages. So this video does assume you've already integrated your Stripe account. So if you haven't already done that, refer to the video on integrating Stripe. Having done that, we're going to now create a page for our product. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the clone step feature. So if you have an existing page that you want to model off, you can actually clone that step to create a new step, or in other words, a new page. So we're going to use this advanced page builder demo step, and we're going to clone that step here with this button down here on the bottom right, which gives us this clone page. And you'll notice this automatically loads to edit the page we just cloned. To change what it's called, we go into publishing and we change what it is. So I'm going to call this the product sale, and we'll change the URL, the path to it, to product-sale. And when we update the step, you'll see this will reflect over here on the left as well. And then we're going to, before we actually add a product to the page, we're going to edit the page so it can actually handle a product. So we're going to go into the page editor and make some adjustments here and show you again just a bit more about using the page builder. So in this case, we're going to add in an order form here on the right-hand side, right? So we click the plus element, and I can actually select on this right-hand menu here. I just want to see the order elements, which gives me the two-step order form. So I can click on that, and you can see it drops the order form in here. But you'll notice how this is not a very great layout now because this form is so long. So there's a few things we're going to change here. First, we're going to adjust what details we're taking with this order form. And in this case, for example, we're not actually requiring a shipping address. And I'll show you how you edit this to change the size and then how this works. So we click on the little settings icons for the two-step order form, and we see all the details here on the left. Okay, so you can change a number of options here. And in the advanced area, you have even more customization. And this level is where we can actually change what is required. So in this case, we're not taking a shipping, we're just taking information. So we're going to say your information, and you'll see that changes automatically on the right-hand side of the screen in the heading over here. Your information, and you can either delete this headline, or you can put in anything you want underneath that. I'm going to choose to leave it blank. Company name you can leave on or off. We're actually going to hide that from this, and you can see this makes the field shorter already. Full name, email, and phone number. We can say we actually don't even need the phone number. We can leave that off. And show shipping. So if you were shipping a physical item, you would need this area, and you can customize all these how you want it to be, or you can actually turn it off. And you can see now my two-step order form is actually quite short on step one. So this one here, go to step 2, you can change this to say something else. You can say next step, and you can add in, click to continue if you wanted to, or you could leave that blank. All right, and then you can have a footer text area as well. Right, so you can see I've made some adjustments to the order form here. You can, of course, keep a lot of that information. In this case, we've actually gotten rid of most of it. Now, we're going to now go into step 2. Before we do that, I'm going to save the changes I've made. Okay, and let's have a look at how step 2 of the order form looks. All right, and this is where we're actually taking the payment information. So we're going to change this to payment option, and you can either change this text to what you want it to be, or you can just delete it and have it blank. And notice here the back button you can edit as well. So you can say edit personal information. Okay, so if someone hit that back, it actually makes more sense now. And then this is actually, this will be populated by our product. So we don't have to change this area here. You can, change the headers, but where you see dynamic item, that will automatically populate with whatever we set up as our product. Okay, and then down here, you can change the text of the credit card. We don't need to change any of that because it will be exactly as it is. And you can change these. So you could say, for example, item, and you could put here price, or you can change it to amount, whatever you like. Okay, and once again, you can customize the button to whatever you want it to be. So you could have it to be submit, or you could put it back to exactly what it was. And again, you can put subtext in if you want. Right, you can change the credit card layout to either one field or three field. You can see here in the one field, it simply just puts all the information in together, card number, expiry, and CVC all together. Or you can have it like this. So I'm going to leave it like that. All right. So now we see this is what our two-step order form looks like. We've got step 1 and here, and we've got step 2 here. So the reason this is a two-step, so you wonder if you're not aware of what this purpose does, is it means that the information will be captured here for step 1, which will allow us to do various things with that, that information later in other videos, if the person doesn't complete the order, right? However, if they do, obviously they fill out step 1 and they fill out step 2, it does actually complete the order itself. So very quickly now, we're going to make some adjustments to how this page actually looks, because we're going to say, look, when this is stretched, when this is looking like this, we want this to look a bit more neat. So we're going to say, we're going to add, we're going to move this under our video. We can drag this over here, and we can take our dot points. Drag these over here. We don't need our button anymore. We can change the settings of this by going into the general and putting more space above it. Padding just here. Okay, and we can do the same with this. In this case, we're going to edit the column itself and edit the margin to bring this down. Okay, so you can adjust, the spacing and things like that. Now, if we actually have a look at our order form, in the advanced, we see step 1, step 2, it sort of sits nicely on the right there, either side, on the side of the video and the text. Okay, and obviously we would, customize all this information, and this would be get a ticket to outer space, right? And this would be our order. Again, these pages are deliberately not using anything to do with your business, because we are just going through the features of the funnel builder. So now we have the page looking like what we wanted to. We can go back and actually add our product. So we hit the save button on our page, and we go back to our main interface for the funnel editor. So the next step is to actually add our product. So on the right-hand area here of the step, if we select the page of our product sale, we click on products and click this plus icon here to add on your product. Now there are a number of options here. You can create, I'm going to go through this step by step, subscriptions or a one-time product. If it is a subscription, that subscription actually needs to be created in your Stripe account. That is covered in another video. This video here, we're going to use the other option, which is a one-time payment. So it's a one-time fee or one-time investment for whatever the product is. So you call your product here, and we're going to say this is our demo product. You would actually call it the name of your product, and you put in the price of the product here. We're going to say this is $2,000, and we select our currency here. Now you can put in a custom override of what the payment actually looks like rather than just the $sign if you choose to. We're not going to use that. We're going to leave that blank. Product description, we're going to put on here. This is what actually comes up on your customer's credit card statement. So very important to put something in here that is going to clearly identify your company or who they believe they're doing business with, by whether it's your name or your company name, to minimize the issues of people not recognizing that transaction when they see it on their statement. Okay. Once you've done that, hit save, and you are just about good to go. So if we have a look at this page now, so if we go back to the overview of the page and we preview our page, we'll see now when we go into our order form, we can put in our information here. And when we click to the next step, we'll see that we can actually put in our credit number, and you can see the name of the product here, and you can see the price here as well. And we'd simply put in our information here. Once we have entered the credit card information here, this will highlight the button complete order, and we can actually complete the order. Once they press the complete order button, what this will do, of course, it will submit the order, but it will also send them to the next step in the funnel. So therefore, it's very important that in your funnel steps, you have what's usually called a thank you page or an upsell page at the next step. So thank you pages and upsell pages are covered in a video when we talk about linking the funnel steps together. But for this video, this is simply showed you how you can add a product. And the last step I will show you as part of this video is what subsequent actions your platform will take when someone actually orders that item, right? So they will get moved to the next page in the step, whether that's an upsell or a thank you page. But the way that you control what happens in the back end is in the triggers area. So we go into our triggers and we add a new rule, and we call this our product order trigger. Okay, you can call this the trigger for that specific product, for example. And I'm going to put that to activate. And under our choose a trigger, we go down here and we select two-step order. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where you can change the conditions depending on if someone partially completes the order or whether they finish it. So we hit the add filter button, and we can say that they're in the funnel, and you select the funnel of your order. We add another filter, and then you say submission type, and it's either an opt-in or a sale. So an opt-in means that they put their information in on step 1 and click the button to go to step 2, but did not complete the order. So you can have a set of actions for that, which might be a follow-up email or text message if you did take the phone number, for example, sending them back to the sale page, or looking, maybe setting a task for someone on the team to actually follow up with them personally. It depends on what you want to do, but all the normal actions associated with triggers, you can add these in over here. And same, you can have a separate trigger for if the actual sale is processed. So if the sale is processed, you may choose to run a campaign that would send them the delivery of the digital product or the login of whatever it is, or it might trigger notification to your team if there was some other fulfillment to do. All the normal actions you can run with triggers in terms of adding to campaigns, moving them along a pipeline with the ad opportunity, adding tags, emails to your team, SMS, all of this can be done in here. And it's a very important step, because otherwise once someone makes the order, then nothing actually happens for you other than the fact that the money goes into your Stripe account. So that's great, but it's critical that you do set up your triggers, at least for a sale submission type. But ideally, you're going to take advantage of that option to set up specific triggers if someone just completes the opt-in step.